Rose, Dart. Father?
Dun dun dun. Oh, it cannot be. That was a pretty good shock. Is that really you, Dad? You died with Melbu Frama on each other's swords. Rose, what are you talking about? Now I can tell you everything. I love how the villain always tells you everything. The beginning of the world was an absolute nothingness, darkness. The creator Soa sowed a seed to the earth. This is the plane of Soa that created all species, the birth of the divine tree. Eventually, the fruit of the divine tree ripened and fell to the ground to fill the world with life. Gigantos from the 97th fruit. Minotaurs from the 99th fruit. Dragons from the 105th fruit. Humans from the 106th fruit. Winglies with magic power from the 107th fruit. And at the end, the Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was to be born from the 108th fruit. Soa desired the destruction and regeneration of the world by the Virage embryo, the god of destruction. However, 11,000 years ago, Winglies found out the tragedy waiting for them and sealed the 108th fruit by separating the flesh and soul. The flesh of the god, the flesh of the Virage embryo, was taken away from the Winglies as the moon that never sets that glows in the sky. The soul of the god was captured in the crystal sphere, and Melbu Frama kept it. Yes, to withdraw unlimited magic power from that, and to conquer the other creatures. However, even with unlimited magic power, the domination was not eternal. Humans arose with Dragoons in front. Nothing was their match because they obtained the power of the dragon, and finally they drove Melbu Frama into a corner. I felt certain of my victory, and it was in the next moment. The spell of petrification cast by Melbu captured me. I have waited for 11,000 years. Time, almost eternal, dissolved the spell of Melbu, and I was released from captivity. Days spent with Rose became the eternal past, and I lived as the father of Dart in this age, until the tragic day in Neat. That's quite a long time. I cannot believe it. I am here, that is a fact. Then, both Dad and Rose are the heroes of the Dragon campaign? Yes, but that's not all. Humans made a mistake. Silly humans destroyed the crystal sphere, which was the container of the soul along with the royal capital, Cadessa. The Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was exultant. It could now be born. The free soul released from the crystal sphere started to wander, in order to go back to the body left in the moon that never sets to be born as the last god, and to destroy the world. The soul without a body possesses a human body and heads for the moon that never sets by repeating the transmigration every 108 years. You now know, the soul of the god of destruction is the Moonchild, the truth of the Moonchild in the legend. Count 108 years, and when the moon that never sets glares in red, the Moonchild descends to the earth and shall give a holy blessing to the world. The holy blessing is the destruction. The destruction is Soa's will. This is the fate that rules the future of the world. But there was one Dragoon who found out about it. In order to deter the birth of the god of destruction, she has had to kill the moon children by stopping her own time. She was even called a demon. That is the true self of Rose, the black monster. Rose is the black monster? Tell me it's not true. The moon child has to be killed, and the people around it too, before they become the servants of the god of destruction. Neat? 2? For 11,000 years there have been no exceptions. God! Why do you have to be the black monster? That's it. What are you going to do? Let me tell you one more truth. Rose, you thought the Princess Luvia you killed 18 years ago was the moon child, but it is not true. Luvia had a twin sister. No! Shauna is the moon child. Oh wow, shocker. Shauna is the soul of the Virage embryo, the god of destruction. I'll dissolve the signet of the moon that never sets and cross it with the moon child. Now I have everything in my hands. Release Shauna! And are you going to kill her to save the world? I'll kill her. Oh, get wrecked, Rose. This is the limitation of humans. Zeeg, why? All is the will of the creator Soa. My hands start the world, and my hands end the world. Oh, he's got a cool suit now. Yes, fate desires it. Dad, wait! Shauna! Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll save. Seems like a bad time to save, some things are going down. Fourth disc, I'm guessing. Said chapter 4, yeah. Wow! What a, wow! Oh, it's sitting over here. What a crazy turn of events that was. So, well, hold on. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens next. Please wait. Uh-oh. It's doing, my PS2 is doing a lot of ticking. That's never good. Why are you ticking so much? Are you not reading it? Is that like installing more digital content? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I didn't have to pay for the fourth disc. It came free with the other 3. Imagine that. It's doing a lot of ticking. It's making me nervous. I don't think it's reading it. Might need to reset the PS2. Yeah, let me see what happens if I reset it. Since I saved, there's no fault in resetting it. So, that was, yeah, that was some heavy stuff, man. Holy cow. I did not expect Zeeg to be Diaz, that's for sure. I knew Shauna was the moon child. I think that's pretty obvious. Alright, I read it this time, so let's see what happens. I didn't expect Lloyd to just get absolutely bodied. Just completely destroyed. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, that was kind of nuts. I didn't think Rose was the Black Monster. It makes sense, and I kind of thought maybe she was, but like, I wasn't sure of that thought. And I didn't really know what it meant. You know what I mean? Like, I thought she was maybe the Black Monster, but then maybe we had the wrong interpretation of what the Black Monster actually was. But no, she's just straight up the Black Monster. She's been killing people for 11,000 years. That's some shocking stuff. They're like, well, crap. What do you do now? So, did he do the thing, or is he going to go do the thing? And also, how has Dart not killed Rose by now? I'm totally beaten. 11,000 years, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, like, it made sense. Yeah, but see, I wasn't sure if that was like a ruse or not, Daffy. But it does, like, that put in my head, like, okay, I think Rose might be the Black Monster. But I thought maybe the Black Monster was different than what we thought. Like, maybe everyone was remembering the story wrong, and maybe the Black Monster really didn't, like, kill all those people, but he was there at the time, and something else happened. Like, I thought there was something else that we didn't know about the Black Monster. I didn't expect Rose to literally just be the Black Monster, the same Black Monster that killed all those people and continually killed people however, what was it, 108 years. Like, she's just straight up is the Black Monster and has been killing people. Pretty nuts. We came all this way and we cannot go back. Yes, we did. No need to return. The city of Wingley's, Rose said, is just over there. What was it called? Ulara? I hope we can find out what we should do there. I hope so too. So we're just gonna let Rose stay in our party, huh? I was thinking maybe she'd get wrecked. Might as well save. Who knows how volatile this fourth disc is gonna be. Also, my audio's on. Yeah, I always noticed that the Black Monster had wings. So I kind of wondered if that, you know, was just a design choice or if there was a specific reason why he had wings. Also, what are they trying to hide down here? Who could imagine there is such a place under the ground of the desert? It must be a cavity created when the water dried up. The world is going on without knowing anything. Without knowing until the end. I wonder if this little world has experienced an end like that. It is not determined yet that our world will end. That's true. We are still here. Is this like a side area? Or is this just the chest? Oh, I can't even grab those chests. Oh, you know what? I bet you we fall down here from up there. There's probably some, like, whirlpools or something that suck us down into the ground. Heck? Wait for me, giant mosquito. Whoa! Oh, sand sharks! Oh my god. I think I just got sand shark. What the heck? What even is both of these things? Spiky beetle and sandworm. It's literally just flopping around.
Die. Hard blade.
Hard blade. So, was Rose just like gooning us all this whole time? Because she kept saying like, I don't remember who I am, and I'm not really sure why I remember all these things. Was she just straight up lying?
Die. Hard blade.
Because I kind of believe her. I kind of believed her at the time. I was like, okay, if she is the Black Monster, she doesn't like remember that she's the Black Monster. But I think she knew the whole time she was just gooning us this whole time.
Rod Typhoon!
Oh, why'd you darkness me?
Die. Hard blade.
What's up, Dicros? Strike! Well, yeah, well, she said, like, I don't really know why I'm saying this, or I don't know why I know that a couple of times. But I guess she was just lying. Whee! Smack. I really expected to fight a boss in that area. It's kind of weird that I didn't fight anything. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Also, I think I missed a chest in that castle, but I guess it's not a big deal. This probably doesn't lead to a chest. Poor Dart. Just gets smacked around all the time. This is definitely one of those games that if you wanted to, like, 100%, you'd really have to be careful not to miss anything, because there doesn't seem to be too much backtracking potential in this game. You're trying to get one chance. Like, I don't know how I dodged that worm. I have no idea which one of these will lead me to an item, so I'll probably just pass it. Hey, I found the water. It's refreshing. Thank you, Hashel, for the play-by-play. Hear no monster. We can rest now. What will the Winglies and Ulara know? They should know the way we, or at least I, should take. So, there's no need for you to come. Are you still saying that? Don't you understand it is no longer a problem for you alone? You just found it out a couple of days ago and now you think you can judge me? It is not as easy as pursuing one Wingly. Smacked. Get smacked, dude. You say it was easy? Don't be so conceited. Stop it. It won't lead us anywhere. Rose, nobody can understand the weight of fate you have carried, but we can at least lighten the burden for you. That's why we are going with you. If you have the strength to argue, we can go on. There's no other way, is there? Told her. Get told. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. Since there's no forced encounters, you could just go around falling in holes and you wouldn't have to keep getting random battles. But I'm not that into figuring it all out. Well, I think this will take me to the new save point, right? Yeah. Holy cow, yes, this looks nuts. Holy cow, there's one all the way up there too. There'd be a lot of falling in holes until I figured out which one was right. It's been going up and down though. Yeah, I'm not so into this trial and error falling in holes thing. I think I'll just try to get through. Yeah, if you can't tell, the whirlpools are like pulling me in, so I have to like run away from them.
Die.
Yeah, I really like the dilemma that the game has given us. I was kind of expecting just to be like, go fight Diaz, and then maybe Lloyd turns evil again or something happens, and then we had to go to the 4th disc and stop the evil once and for all. I didn't expect this whole Shauna twist. Like, I knew Shauna had a lot to do with everything, but I didn't expect, like, the having to kill her thing to come up, and now it's like Dart doesn't really have a choice as to what to do. I don't know, though. He does kind of, though. I feel like what's going to happen is the choice is going to be either kill Shauna and stop the ultimate barrage from coming, or let the ultimate barrage come and kill it. And I think I know which one Dart's going to pick. But yeah, technically if we let the ultimate barrage cane but we killed it, then Shauna would have to die.
Die. Hard blade.
And that would solve everything, because then it wouldn't come back 108 years later, because it wouldn't be alive at all. So I'm guessing that's what's going to happen.
Yes.
But it's cool that they've kind of created this dilemma. So I didn't really expect it. Wow. Yeah, the graphics. This game is kind of unique. I feel like the graphics of the environments are great, but the graphics of the characters struggle a lot. Again, it reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy VIII, where the drawn in assets looked fantastic, but the models look terrible. This game's very, very similar to that. I'm gonna fall down this right path just to see where it goes, because this is a dead end anyways. Nice. God dang it. Freaking recovery ball. No one cares. Curse you, recovery ball! This is your favorite addition grinding spot? Why? Because you can get the enemies really fast? Probably, yeah. Because you can just run straight into enemies like constantly and not have to run around in circles. Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's free healing. Is this a healing point? Yeah, it is. It's a fast one too. You don't have to like choose to sleep or whatever and then wait for the sleeping sound effect to go out. So yeah, this would be perfect for grinding stuff. I don't feel like I really need to grind additions though. I'm not trying to like 100% the game, and I already almost have Dart's Ultimate. I'm sure I'll probably get everyone's, or at least close to everyone's, by the end of the game. That looks like a giant peanut, just saying. Oh, okay. I'm getting close to that chest all the way at the top. I feel like that's probably something good, because it's all the way up there. My guess is that the exit to this level, this dungeon, is all the way north, but like the very last sand hole before the end gets you that chest. Then you gotta run all the way back up. But I do kind of want that chest, because I bet you it's good. Hey. Wow, another oasis. Go back a screen. Let me guess. This one right here. Hey! Hey! Oh, the rocks? Do the rocks do something special? Or they just look at... Ow. It gives you hints. Is that like a hint to like the end, or the hint for the chests? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, always cool when games give you really small hints. How do I... Yeah. It's always nice when games give you like really small hints that you pick up on later next time you play the game. It's cool. I'm like a big fan of hidden things in games. Oh yeah, here's some more rocks too. I mean, I think that's why I was a big Call of Duty Zombies person forever. I still am. I still love playing zombies. Because there's just so much awesome hidden stuff that the developers hide in those games, in those maps. And it's just really cool to figure them out. It's just something I've always enjoyed. I've always enjoyed getting in the mind of the developers One of my favorite games is the original God of War, and even 2 and 3 as well. I really like God of War 3. But I always thought it was neat how by the end of God of War, you're kind of in the developer's head, and you start to realize where they're hiding stuff. Like at the beginning of God of War, you end up missing a lot of chests, but by the end of the game, you kind of learn how the developers think, and you're like, I bet you there's a chest hidden under here, and sure enough, there is. And that's always pretty cool, feeling that you've learned the game and how it works. And you know, it's the same way with like Call of Duty Zombies, but then there's stuff that's so hidden that you like never find it. I feel like this is the chest. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is it. Oh, I called it. I'm the greatest. Bandit's shoes. So this is for manly men. So do I want to... I probably want to give him to Albert, to be honest. He already has plenty of defense too, so it's not a big deal to drop 10 defense. And give him some more speed. He still has more defense than Dart at that point. Let's do it. Nier Automata is a Square Enix game, but I believe it was only developed by them, or published by them. It wasn't developed by Square. I don't know. I forget who developed it. There's a lot of... Square Enix publishes a metric ton of games, but not all of them are developed, you know, by Square. They just publish a lot. Same thing with Ubisoft and a lot of the big companies. I have not played Nier Automata. I really want to. It looks like a game I would absolutely love. I just have had not. I have had not the chance to play it. English. Hard language.
Die. Hard blade.
Rod Typhoon!
Rod Typhoon.
Yes!
Seems like so much help.
Gus!
Yo, Twerky. There you go, Platinum Games. And that makes perfect sense because they made Bayonetta, and Bayonetta is very similar to Nier Automata. I guess not really similar, but it's, you know, you can tell that the same developer made, like, it's not surprising because they're kind of similar. But Nier Automata comes off as more of a serious game, whereas Bayonetta's like a exaggerated. Kind of reminds me of Kill Bill, or like some like exaggerated action flick. That's basically what Bayonetta is. Sand whales. I don't know what it is with these PS1 RPGs, but there always has to be a sandworm enemy, and it always has to have a bajillion HP.
Die.
I think it's just taking from D&D, which a lot of RPGs do take from D&D.
Die. Hard blade.
Yeah.
Rod Typhoon!
Yeah, I like these bandit shoes on Albert. It doesn't feel like a million years before he gets to go.
Gus!
Strike! Yeah, I mean, sandworms are in the same realm as like skeletons and wizards. They're just in every RPG. Maybe not every RPG, but they're pretty common. Demons Dance. That sounds dope. That's not our ultimate, is it? Oh, it is our ultimate. There we go, we got our first ultimate. I was pretty certain that Dart was going to get the first ultimate, but I forgot that Rose only had 3, and then her ultimate, so... There you go. We got our first ultimate edition. Get away from me! I'm also okay with Dart being the slowest in the team, because it means I can throw like all the power-ups and speed-ups on him before he gets his turn. So if I'm like fighting a boss, I can have like Dart throw a speed-up on him, and Albert throw a power-up on him, and then he'll get his turn and he can go like Super Saiyan and kill everything. If you're a big fan of like exaggerated action movies and hack and slash games, I would highly recommend Bayonetta, because that's exactly what it is. It's like you took Kill Bill, or like I can't think of any other. You know what I'm talking about though. Like all those exaggerated action movies from like the 90s, where everything's super over the top and blood everywhere, and one person's taking out like a whole army of enemies, and the quotes are always like ridiculous. Take that and put it in like Devil May Cry action, you know, hack and slash type gameplay, and that's Bayonetta. We did it! So are we on the last continent? Oh no, we're actually... I didn't expect to be here. What is that? Oh, you are, of course. Actually, what I was thinking was just throw the power up first, like have Rose throw the power up and then Albert throw the speed up. After I said it, I was like, yeah, I should throw the power up first so he doesn't get a turn. But yeah, I know what you mean. What's up, the bombs? Nice town you got here. Even if an adventurer is lucky enough to make it through the death frontier, nobody can proceed from here. Time was stopped for me 11,000 years ago with the spell of this choker. And this is the only way to see Lara, the spring breath town. Couldn't Meru do it because she's with me? But where is it? The only thing here is an endless desert. No, it's not. How shall I sense it? I sense people's feelings over there. Fly over there with this. Are you afraid? I think you are. Oh, got her. Maybe. We are standing by you. I know. Let's go. This is really an interesting turn of events. You would think that Dart would, like, hate Rose for not telling him, and also for wanting to kill Shauna. But really, it's more like they've band together just to save the world regardless of what happens. It's nice to see that the characters understand the weight of the situation. Sometimes you play games and they're like, so the world's gonna end unless you do this thing. And they're like, but I don't want to do that thing. And you're sitting here, you're sitting here at home thinking, but the world's gonna end. Doesn't really matter what that thing is. Because if you don't do it, the world's gonna end and nothing matters. But the character's like, but I don't want to do it. You just get like real frustrated. But it seems like Dart is pretty grounded in reality, where he understands like the world comes first. Welcome to Ulara, the Spring Breath Town. I am the guard of the teleporting device, Karen. Well, you didn't do a very good job. We already used it. I'm a good friend of Rose's. Long time no see. Long time? Rose, you are starting to regain a sense of time, aren't you? No, not only that, you have recovered a lot of other things too. Are you the person who stopped time for Rose? No, it was Charlie Frama. She is the person we have to meet now. Is it even Charlie or is it Charlet? Probably like Charlet, because that's how you spell Charlie. Rose has been carrying the fate of the world all alone while shedding tears of blood. Well, that's graphic. Can you go with Rose? Karen, stop it. I don't need to force them. I have already settled things with the Black Monster. The only thing left is that I have to complete this journey with my companions. If you understand that, I have nothing to say. You didn't really settle things with the Black Monster, you just like became friends. Your whole journey was to get revenge on the Black Monster, and instead you're just friends with the Black Monster. Rip your whole life, dude. Your one job was to kill the Black Monster, now you're best friends with her. Yeah, like honestly, it is a little rare to see a protagonist who understands the weight of the situation. Normally they're just like, but my girlfriend though! And I'm sure Dart will be the same way when we actually get there, but it's cool to see that he's not just like, but you killed my mom, so I hate you. But Dart, there's more to it than that. I will say though, like, Rose did straight up murder his family and everyone he loved, and he's kind of just alright with it, which is a little weird. Like, not only is he alright with it, but he's like best friends with her. Did he not make the connection that like, I mean, she didn't kill his father, because his father is the bad guy, but she did still kill his mother and his whole town and a lot of other towns, and tried to kill Shauna like 5 minutes ago. And he's just kind of like, so we going or what? I don't know if I could be that open-minded. Roses. I think Shauna would be happy to see them. Really? Because a rose just tried to kill her 10 seconds ago. Ooh, God, ooh, too soon. It makes me relieved. I didn't know that you liked flowers, Miranda. I guess there is some woman in you. Don't misread me. Roses make me puke. They are just flashy. They don't have any kindness in them. Do you know why roses have thorns? It is to bring out their own red using the blood of the people they hurt. They'll do anything for their own happiness. Is that supposed to be a metaphor for Rose? Let's move on. I don't need to be here. Miranda is a strange character. Why does she even get the holy Dragoon spirit? She's not very holy and loving. Like, she doesn't even make sense as to why she would get that Dragoon spirit. I'm starting to see why everyone hates her. Like, sure, they needed somebody to hold on to the Holy Spirit while we're saving Shauna, but like, why Miranda? She's so like, I don't know, almost like tomboyish, or like just very abrupt and powerful, and you wouldn't think the Holy Spirit, you think the Holy Spirit would be like Shauna, someone who's like, you know, reserved and loving and caring. She's like not that. Gives 50% more SP. I am beyond down for that. Ooh, that gives Thunder-based attack. That's dope. Although, what's the point? Because Thunder doesn't do any more damage to anything else. So what's the point? Really, all that does is just makes you do less damage to Thunder things. But it doesn't increase your damage on anything. So that's kind of like... That kind of sucks. Raises magic. I already have one of those. Rage's magical defense power. Increases AAV. Is that like Elude Cloak and Spirit Cloak together? That's kind of neat. I love the shop music, it cracks me up. Boo, 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 boo. The magical greaves increase speed by 10. Doesn't even tell you that. Well, thanks, game. Yeah, like I understand why they gave him a magical attack weapon, because everyone else gets one. But if you think about it logically, it's literally useless to have a thunder attack. It's just lowering your damage against thunder things and not increasing your damage anywhere else. Mayada, where is Charlet? You are wondering because she would normally be taking care of these babies, right? Those are babies? Charlet is preparing herself because, well, the things we didn't tell you about, right? Zeke told you them, so it must be about the moon signet. Tell me what you know while I get really close to you. A little scary. The signet is the signet sphere. The signet sphere is a sealing device that was created to be the last barrier, just in case the Moonchild reached the moon that never sets. Even my mistake was in your plan. You are really scary people. Even more scary is Zeeg. He is trying to destroy the signet sphere, using the divine moon objects. Wait a minute. You made the signet sphere just because you were afraid of the birth of the god of destruction. And why did you make tools that can destroy the signet? Why did you say "and" there? That's kind of a weird thing to say. Also, I'll be right back. I'm getting a call that I should probably answer. So, be right back. Alright, I am back. I'm glad I answered that call, because we've been trying to get this check over to our lawyer for a while. And she's been, like, out of the office. And I was going to call her later, try to see if she was in the office. And, but she called me, and I was like, oh, good, she finally answered her phone, I should answer it. And now we got that all taken care of, so that's good. Now I have to text my wife. Cool. Alright. So, Dart is asking, why would you make moon objects that can destroy the signet if the whole point of the signet is to keep the god of destruction out? But he said it in a weird English fashion. He was like, and why did you make the tools? Ask Charlet. It was decided between the siblings. I will. That was kind of what I was thinking too, but I'm sure there's a reason behind it. Oh wow, I just randomly found some Stardust. What's up, Platonic? What was I gonna say? Something about the moon objects. Oh, no, I was gonna say something. It's kind of interesting that at the beginning of the game, the Winglies are kind of shown to be the villains. But by the end of the game, you realize that the Winglies were the whole reason that the world didn't get destroyed. Because they were the ones that created the signet and said, we don't want the 109th, species to come rule the world. We want to protect the world the way it is, so they made the signet. It's also weird that Soa, who's kind of the giver of life, is also the giver of death. No one's really talked about that yet. Like, oh, by the way, the god that, made you all live also wants to kill you all for some reason. Like, that hasn't really been explained. Yeah, they had a superiority complex. Yeah. Oh, Rosie, darling, I have been waiting for you. Oh, hi, buddy. I don't need your greetings. You know what I want to ask you? Oh, you are scary. But before that, can you introduce me to the son of dear Ziggy? What in the world? This is Dart. Doesn't he look just like our Ziggy? But Rosie, honey, it's complicated. You have to fight with the son of someone who used to be your significant other. And furthermore, the enemy is the significant other. Do you want me to give you a knuckle sandwich? Sorry, honey. Wow, a knuckle sandwich. I didn't expect her to say that. But I'm really concerned, so I'm intentionally making it happy and delightful so that you won't be depressed, Rosie, sweetheart. You have never changed. Charlotte, if you know, please tell us. Where should we head to? Really? You have the same eyes as Ziggy. I know. I have been waiting for you in order to tell you everything. Now, what would you like me to tell you? About the signet sphere. Ziggy is trying to break the signet of the moon that never sets with the magic power of the divine moon objects. That signet is the signet sphere. I am sorry that I didn't tell you about this. I have to apologize. I missed the moon child, Shauna. But you still have time. The signet of the moon that never sets is not broken yet. Where are the remaining signets? In the past, they were placed in 5 cities, but there are only 3 left. That's why they needed the same number of divine moon objects. What happened to the other 2? One was destroyed in the royal capital Cadessa during the Dragon campaign, and the other was lost when the divine dragon assaulted the Crystal Palace. Does this mean without the divine moon objects, the signet sphere can be destroyed? The divine moon objects are just tools that conceal vast amounts of magic power, that's all. So in order to destroy the signet sphere, having the same amount of magic power as the divine moon objects is sufficient. My dad knew about this and made Lloyd collect them. It doesn't seem like him, and it's so indirect. Plus, something is strange. I wonder how Ziggy knows about the signet sphere. Not only that, he knew that Shauna is the Moonchild. It's kind of weird that, usually in these games, it's like you need the 3 moon objects to destroy the signet sphere, and that's the only way to destroy the signet sphere. Without the 3 objects, the signet sphere will never be broken. But they just said, well, you don't really need them, they're just really useful. Which is kind of weird. It'd be kind of like if in like Dragon Ball Z, they were like, you need the 7 Dragon Balls to get the wish from the dragon. Well, he likes Dragon Balls. You could also bring him some flowers, maybe like some chocolate, then he might give you a wish anyways. It's just kind of, I thought you needed the Dragon Balls. Nah, you could just bring him some snacks. It'll be all good. About the moon that never sets. It's the 108th fruit that the divine tree dropped. It was conceived with the god of destruction that ends the world. That's why we separated it into its soul and flesh and sealed them away. My baby brother Melbu sealed the soul, which was the source of magic power in the crystal sphere. But when he fought with Ziggy, that was broken. Then the soul escaped from the crystal sphere and started to transmigrate into a human body. Since then, it has been called the Moonchild. What is left in the sky is the moon that never sets. When the Moonchild goes back to the moon that never sets, the Barrage embryo, the god of destruction, will be born. So we needed our Rosie to take on an important task. Please understand her. Tell me about my father. He's a jerk. You are concerned, aren't you? Why does he have to destroy the world? What a terrible question. Be like, tell me about my father. What about your father? Why has he got to blow up the world? Why couldn't he just been a carpenter? Why couldn't he just worked at McDonald's? Anything but destroy the world. I could have loved him for anything. He could have been anything. He could have been a loser. He could have been, anything else. I would have loved him. Destroy the world? That's a little too much. I don't know if I could love him for that. Sorry, but that is one thing that I don't understand. But he was unmistakably Zeeg. Ziggy was the fiancé of Rosie. They crossed both swords in love. Just looking at them made me feel embarrassed. Stop right there. I want to talk alone with Zeke about our memories. I agree. Thank you for the 43 bits. Your dad had a bad case of the Mondays. The world's gotta go. Why did you make the divine moon objects that can break the signet sphere? That's right. If you were not planning to allow the Mirage embryo to be born, you wouldn't need them. I didn't want to, but my baby brother Melbu insisted. That is not an explanation, Charlotte. Oh, you are so uptight, but okay, I'll explain it to you. I told you that we sealed the soul of the Mirage embryo in the crystal sphere, right? It is in order to draw lots of magical power and rule over other creatures. I wanted to make him stop being a dictator, because even though we have different appearances or capabilities, we are the same. We should be able to live together on good terms. That's why I created the signet sphere, in order to weaken the magic power of the crystal sphere. Rose, without telling you that. The 5 signets that protect the moon that never sets restrain the magic power that flows from there. My operation was a big success, I thought. But Melbu found out about it and created the divine moon objects. I guess he was prepared so that he could destroy the signets anytime he wanted to. I get it. Where are the rest of the signet spheres? That's right. That is the most important information for you, isn't it? Because Ziggy has the divine moon objects and he can break the signets anytime. Listen carefully. The rest of the 3 signet spheres are located in the ancient cities. The names of the cities are the magical cities Ageless, or Agless, I guess, Lost City Xenobados, and Death City Mayfill. Those cities are still alive? It's surprising, isn't it? Of course they were badly damaged during the war. How do we get there? Go to Rouge. Then your way will be open. You said Rouge? It's my hometown. See? It is already open, isn't it? Well, it'll be night soon. Why don't you go look around until tomorrow morning? Thanks, Zeke. Appreciate it. Why do I have to wander at night? Every city you have to like wander around until it's like, alright, time to continue. It's like on the boat when we had to talk to every individual party member until it let us continue. Now our way is open. Shauna, I'll be there soon. But what's your plan, Dart? Rose. You really forgive. Don't say anything. It's already in the past. Take your sword. Oh, so they did fight. You have become strong. You can take care of yourself. Kill me. Why? The black monster is dead now. We only have a companion who is on the same road. So there you go. Still, that's a lot of resolve. Tell you what. I miss the time when you were chased by Fairy Brand in the forest. Me too. And I didn't know anything back then. The world is so frail. The world is created so that it can perish at any time. The creator Soa can recreate one any time. But the people living there can accept it, believing it is fate or struggle against it. I struggled in order to protect this world that was taken back by friends who gave up their lives. I told you, you are no longer alone, Rose. Dart. Let's go see everybody. This is just the beginning. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing, like... Rose could have just said, Soa's will be done. But she watched all of her Dragoon friends die for the Dragon campaign, so, like, she wants to protect the world. That's why she, you know, succumbed to 11,000 years of having to find the Moonchild and kill her over and over again to protect the world, because she likes this world the way it is. Yeah, Dart gets a really nice, he's a really nice dynamic character. Reminds me a lot of like Cloud, where at the beginning of the game he's just like, I'm gonna kill the black monster, I'm gonna kill the black monster. My whole journey of life is to kill the black monster. Black monster's gotta die. And now he's like, black monster's dead. You know, now it's Rose, and we're here to save the world. It's like he's changed a lot. Hey Dart, I was telling Karen about my forest. It's totally fun. That's right, Karen and the others have been in the city forever. Exactly, so I'm telling her about the latest fashions outside. It seems you heard about everything from Charlotte. Where are the other people? I don't know, I think they're around here. But Dart, you should meet your other friends, otherwise you cannot go forward, can you? When you meet everybody, come again, I'll open the next way. Yeah, so now I gotta go find everybody. Just like the ship. Game likes to do this for whatever reason. What was that Cactuar minigame? The worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. That game literally has no rhyme or reason to it, no gimmick whatsoever. You're literally supposed to just guess. Because that's what Square Enix has become. Let's just make a minigame where they have to guess where the Cactuar is. I guess we can't think of anything else better than that. I don't think anyone's up here. Charlotte's up there now. Is this an invasion of privacy? Isn't this like your house? This game's 4 discs. And I think we're currently at like 35 hours or something. Maybe a little more. 34 hours. So, yeah, probably about 40 hours, which is average-ish for a JRPG, I'd say. Maybe a little short, but I'm also kind of gunning through the game. I would say this is relatively shortish for a JRPG on the PS1, but not too short where you're like, wow, that was a short game. Like, it's definitely epic enough to make you feel like it was worth the time and effort put into it. So, we are leaving in the morning. Yes, we are. What are you doing here? We don't know what will happen in ancient city of Winglies. We need strong weapon. Kongol doesn't care about leader of creatures. Kongol goes with you to the end. For me too, it is no longer the mere problem of the Moon Gem. I cannot ignore this crisis of the world. You didn't imagine we wouldn't go with you, did you? I didn't. Hurry up if you want to buy. Humans in Giganto, your time is limited. He already bought from me. This game does give me a lot of Final Fantasy vibe with its characters, because the whole point of Final Fantasy is a bunch of ragtag individuals somehow save the world, and that's exactly what kind of goes on here, where they all have their different reasons for coming, but in the end it's just like, well, I guess we gotta save the world, because we're all part of the world, so let's do it. Oh, there's an item shop below the weapon shop? I did not see that. I felt like I was missing somebody. I was like, wait, there's nowhere else to go. We're missing, Ashel, I think. How do I get to the item? Oh, right here. Well, I guess there isn't anyone here. But I do want to check the item shop. What's up, No Rest? Yo, Proscription, thank you so much for the 743 bits. Appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. Oh boy, I can buy more friggin' healing balls. I love how charm potions are 4 gold. They're so cheap. I've never seen... I don't think I've ever seen an item in an RPG that's 4. Like, at the very least, 10. I've never seen something that's just 4. That's gotta be the cheapest item in RPG history. Buy all the recovery balls. What could go wrong? I need to sell all my items and just buy nothing but attack balls and recovery balls, and then just throw them and hope I win. That'd be an that'd be like the metronome only challenge in Pokemon, but instead you just buy all attack balls and recovery balls and just throw them. The issue though is the item cap. You'd run out of items. Oh, I'm still missing somebody? I think I'm missing Hashel, but I don't know where he is.